Hello workshoppers, I had promised you that I was going to do a wee bit of a video on raw image processing. So what we're going to look at here, we've got a couple of fireworks pictures that were taken on Monday night. What I'm going to do is just run through very quickly a bit of raw processing, and we're actually going to combine the two of these pictures. If you have a look, the one there, we've got the fireworks that are to the left hand side and that are to the right hand side. Very difficult to get all in one single shot, so we're going to try it in two. First thing we'll do is we'll select both, and I'm going to open these in Photoshop CC. So what we've got here is just one image open. Let's try again. Okay, two images, open with Photoshop CC. Right, so we're going to take our first image and we're going to process it. As you can see, I've actually already processed these images, but I'll just give you a quick rundown of what we're going to do. The clarity slider basically increases sharpness. As you can see, it also increases the lightness of the image very slightly as well. I've dropped the highlights back in here. If you have a look, we've got some burnt out bits round about there. But dragging that initial highlight slider down, we can actually bring some of that back. Heighten contrast very slightly. I haven't done anything else with any of the other colours because the colours are pretty strong. We can no need to actually adjust the temperature. The temperature is the white balance basically in RAW. So if we have a closer look, there's been nothing else done to this picture in here, but in the curve setting is where you can make some quite fine adjustments to things like your highlight areas. I mean, in this image there's not a lot of highlight areas, so we can actually afford to pull that back a wee bit further. So what we've basically got is the image finished. I could selectively heighten colours, or we could do that in here. We can boost the yellows very slightly. There's some reds in the firework there, so we can boost the reds, bring them up without unduly affecting too much else in the image. The other thing I should probably show you here is the shadow slider. Now we can actually go wild with that. You see it looks a bit false, but if we just pull it up just a wee bit, then we can create just a wee bit of detail coming in here. Now obviously that's being lit by the fireworks up above. So we've got two images, we're going to combine the two. So to put them both together, we'll hit select all and synchronize. Say OK to that. So now we actually have two images. As you can see, there's quite a difference in them, and the lighting on the castle rock and things like that. So we'll select all of them again and we'll open the images. Quite large files for the D800. So there's the first one. And there's the second one. Right, so now I'm going to blend both of these together. So I'm going to take the second image, I'm going to select the image, copy it, back to the first image, and paste it on top. Now, so what we've got here is two layers. We can switch the layers on and off. You can see the images. So if I leave the layer switched on, and I go to Layer, Layer Style, Blending Options, there's a whole myriad of things you can change in here, but what we're looking for here is a lighten option. Now the lighten option basically means any bits of the image, the layer that we're trying to blend in, if they're lighter than the layer underneath, then they'll supersede. So if we lighten that, and then hit OK, you can see we've got both our images blended together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take that image and I'm going to flatten it. That'll bring it back to being a single image. Now, if we have a look up here, we've got a few areas up here that look a wee bit nasty. We've got some bits of pieces of flares going on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the burn tool. The burn tool lets you selectively darken areas. So you can select how much the exposure you actually want to use. I'm going to up this just very slightly to about 17%. So if I now run that over there, you should be able to see that area is now starting to darken down. Yep, can up the exposure a wee bit and speed up the process. And we'll just take a run through there. Right, so what we've taken out is a bit of the sort of unsightly halo that was sitting in there. So what else we can actually do with this? Dodge or lighten your images up, and sponge you can either saturate or desaturate. So I'm actually going to run the saturation over the top of the fireworks a couple of times just to bring the colours out. So we're getting closer to a finished image now. Now over here, it's probably been a star or something at some time, but I find that wee dot there just a wee bit distracting. So if we take the healing tool, just a nice small brush, click on top, off it goes. And just to finish the image off, I'm going to crop it very slightly, just so we lose a wee bit of that sky at the top. Bring it in a wee bit tighter on the firework. I don't want to lose either side of the castle, so that's absolutely fine. Double click, and there you go, a finished image.